What up, Posse?
What's up?
How's it going? This is Brandon.
Mark.
Chad.
And it's been a couple weeks, so we've
Well,
gone
hold
through
on
some
now.
changes.
Hold on.
Hold up.
Well, yeah, I'm one of the changes then.
Mm-hmm.
New guy Andy.
Hi, Andy. How's
How's
Andy?
Oh, Andy's good.
He's
How's
representing.
Chad?
Things have changed. Chad's really good. Andy is not new to Chad. I have known Andy for a long time, and Andy and I actually worked together on a podcast that we figured out was almost 10 years ago.
It was.
And we did some upgrades into the system, and we unwillingly took a hiatus, but things had changed for the better, and here we all are.
Always
And
for the better.
Always.
We cut out
And
the
I
dead
love-
weight.
And I love your shirt, by the way.
Definitely.
For everybody that knows anything about,
MC Hammer shuffle a little bit towards the shelves.
there you go. Oh, look at that.
There we go. Catch the.
There.
There it is.
See, that's what
Nice.
we tried to get another second camera going today, but we weren't quite successful with it.
Eventually, that'll
Yeah.
come.
So, yeah.
Man, it's been a long time.
I know, dude.
I haven't seen you guys. We haven't done anything this year since
No.
the first one of the year.
And it's like 4 below out right now.
It's freezing outside.
But we're here, and we've like got over most of the cold, so in the winter, so we can get through this
41 days left.
with the love of Brandon and his love of toys. And what did you bring?
Well, this is like a Mark-centric episode.
I
This is about the posse.
yeah.
Posse.
I picked all this stuff up over Christmas because I knew the McFarlane Fortnite figures are gonna kind of be.
You bought those? I thought those were
Yes.
Brandon's because
No.
Brandon knew so much about them
No.
that he.
No, I just saw
thought they were-
McFarlane.
I
It's
thought they were
McFarlane.
his.
Look
Yeah.
at the Spawn logo.
Yep.
Okay.
But I mean, these
So.
are pretty cool.
So you have what, the Cuddle Team Leader?
The Cuddle Team Leader, she's going to be on clearance at a lot of Targets. I think they got restocked. But like this next one here, this Skull Trooper, he kind of reminds me of when the kids attack the Karate Kid, Ralph.
Oh,
Bosch.
yeah.
So I think
His
people will
Skull
try to
Trooper.
army build this guy and maybe get like a few of those guys and have them mess around with their Karate Kid figures.
Now pause for a minute. Andy, do you know what he means by army build?
I don't. I'm not yet the right kind of nerd for this, unfortunately.
So army build is buying more than one stormtrooper and having a whole bunch of them. Now you can do that with He-Man. You can do that with, like I have with my Pulsars. I have a Pulsar army. So,
He's got his planet as Smart Hulk. He's
Yes.
building Smart
but
Hulk.
I'm just looking out for you because I could sense the. Oh man, I am way over
What's
my head
army
on
build,
this.
Steve?
So I'll fill you in with just little blurps and stuff. Do you collect anything?
I have a row of pop figures.
You do.
Desk. I have a few small Lego sets. I used to be a huge Lego collector when I was a kid. All of that is gone. Like my mom sold it.
Really? Oh, Mom.
My
If
mom.
you still have it, Mom, will you contact me, please?
Yes. All
Yeah.
that vintage stuff.
Oh, God, yeah.
I
I
would-
gave it to my nephew.
I would just invite you guys all over and be like, hey, let's play with Andy's Legos. And then
Man.
Andy would be like, "What?"
Legos are like gold.
And then I'd sell them back to
Yeah,
you.
I used to have my mom. We'd build it, and then my mom would hot glue the pieces so it wouldn't fall apart. Because I
cool.
got so mad that pieces would fall off when I was
And you
playing with
lose
it.
the pieces.
Yeah, so I was like, "Can you do this for me, Mom?" And now it's like because of the Lego movie, it's socially unacceptable to glue your Legos together.
I am
I'm
not.
sorry.
I'm not familiar with Fortnite at all.
It's a huge game that a lot of kids play.
Oh,
It's like you get like a character and you buy these like types of outfits and weapons and stuff.
And dance moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, the characters in the game dance.
Yeah.
And there's a whole meme with kids on YouTube and videos doing Fortnite dances.
See?
so how many of there are you? 11 or so.
Zero
Something.
Fortnite videos involved in this. This is the
Yeah,
first
none of
Fortnite
us.
video
So
for the
far.
Posse.
So far.
The
Yeah, I
first
can't
Posse
dance,
Fortnite,
Chad,
and I'm not
Your
dancing.
homework assignment is to learn the Fortnite dances and demonstrate.
Well, one of them's just a
I
Carlton,
could
so
roll with that.
Well,
Yeah,
I already
you can do the
already know the Carlton.
You know
Isn't
that.
I just saw in the news that somebody's suing for the Carlton being used in something.
Dance.
Yeah, Alfonso
Carlton's
Ribeiro, man.
suing.
He's suing.
He's suing.
It was he was suing
Fortnite.
Oh, well, that was my first introduction to Fortnite then. But I digress.
No.
Oh.
What? Did you lose it?
Yeah, it just cut out for a second, but
It wasn't the headphones.
was it the
It
mic?
was
You're
you.
having a stroke.
Breathe.
I think this conversation is going on. I'm just like,
I'm sorry. All right, what else you got,
still
buddy?
Came off.
Well,
I wasn't talking to you. I know that's your stuff, but
I
it's
know.
his job. So if you could ask,
My headphones are
let's
still not.
messing around.
let's
Can
do
you
the
guys hear me
procedure.
still?
We know this, but it's the first time we're all happy to see each other. You know, we got Andy here for the first time.
Andy.
Let's just do procedure. Okay, I'm sorry, Brandon. He apologizes for you taking your job.
It's fine. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes. Can you?
Can't hear
No,
you.
I can barely.
Can you?
Okay.
Is it because?
Yeah, no, that's This
It's
Okay,
as soon
so
as
it's
you
a
put the
contact thing.
Deadpool glass up
Okay.
there.
I did put the.
okay. All right,
Better?
we're back.
Quit
Yeah.
wrecking
Okay.
So, speaking of army,
He's so needy.
I'm the diva of the group. Yeah, speaking of army building, you might want to buy a couple because he's what is he, a Skrull?
Yeah.
So they don't have like Super Skrull in this scale or anything like that. So you might want to get a couple.
A lot of people are going to want to buy more than one of him.
Yeah. And the Build-A-Figure is a Kree Sentry.
Yeah. And then look at
And
you
then look
get
at-
a Samuel L. Jackson figure without the patch.
You got 2 Captain Marvels. You got Captain Marvel.
And look at that Genis Marvel
Grey
at the
Gargoyle.
far.
And I don't who is
Genis Marvel at the very end down there.
Okay, yeah.
Can I see that?
So basically,
And
a
then you
lot of
got
people are hating on the Grey
Mario.
Gargoyle.
Jan Rog. I don't know where it ties in.
He'll be in the movie.
Will he?
Yeah, I think he'll be in the movie.
They didn't give him the
Dude,
same
they're gonna
treatment
put as
on the-
many cameos as they can in there.
And then
There are gonna be lots of little.
what's up with the
Shockers.
there's a Target and a Walmart exclusive. There's a Target binary exclusive and then a Genis Marvel female Captain Marvel.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I think that's like is that a Chase one or is it just a exclusive?
Exclusives, chase. I mean, people are going to be chasing to get them, and
Yeah.
I'm going to try to catch one on sale.
Jan Rog. So it's pretty much established that that's what's his name is going to be in the new Captain Marvel movie.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. What else you got, dude?
I got this at the last swap. I can't remember who I got that from, but I wanted to
Luke
thank him.
Cage. Is this the exclusive one or is
Yeah,
this,
that was like the San Diego Comic-Con one.
Oh, this like the bystander one or no?
Yeah.
That is my friend Charles Griffin.
Yep. He does look like that.
He's a big boy.
He
That's
does
kind of
look
cool that they make him that big again. They were kind of shrinking him, but they're actually putting some symmetry in here now.
How do you feel about all the Netflix shows getting canceled?
They're bringing everybody home, baby. Everybody's going back to Disney.
But those guys won't be playing those characters anymore.
No, but they've got a lot of kind of cool ideas that are coming out. I am not going to judge because I like what Disney has done with Marvel so far and just kind of let them go. And the people that are in charge of Marvel, and I'm not going to say any names, are doing a really good job. I think so.
Have you guys watched Punisher?
Yeah, it's not as good as the first season, but it's good.
I liked it.
I haven't watched it.
And then it's like adios. So, whatever. I mean, let's be honest. One of the things that is a huge outcry and market for underground is collectors that collect short little stints of things that didn't work. Like, remember Automan from the 80s?
It was
And-
the bomb.
and there was like only 12, 14 episodes that never
was
went
in
on to
mostly
DVD.
90s,
Yep.
So there was just bootlegs going around. And the same as like the Christmas special for Star Wars.
Yep.
I mean, there's just always going to be collectors that find that really kind of unique, sort of lost thing. So I'm done with my rant. I see an Ant-Man and Wasp, though. Is that a Hot Wheel?
Yeah, it's Mark's, not mine.
Yeah,
Now I know it's Mark's.
I kind of joke.
Mark
It's like
collects-
hot.
Mark
like
collects Hot Wheels. Excuse me, I just want to get Andy into this for a minute. Mark collects Hot Wheels and is in complete denial of it. Then on
really.
top of it, well, he's starting to accept it. And now the other point of this is that
Get Wasp.
you've
too.
got this undertone jealousy in Brandon because now he's starting to collect Hot Wheels.
Brandon
I'm
was
just like,
collecting.
Stop getting it into me.
He
Stop getting
buys
me into
Hot
it.
Wheels on his own without me. It's his own thing.
I'm sorry. I didn't detect any jealousy there at all.
Getting you some Hot
Oh,
Wheels too.
I'll take them.
All right.
I know you will.
You know I'll take them Hot Wheels.
So yeah, this is the helmet is Ant-Man, I guess, and then you can take. Oh no, you can buy it, but it looks very similar, like the Wasp car.
I just liked that little car because in the comic, Hank Pym, when he quit being Ant-Man, he had like a little vehicle like that would like. It was more of a plane though, but it looked really similar to this. So I'm gonna put it with my I have a huge collection of like Ant-Man and Giant Man and.
You know, will you show the back of that like close up?
Yeah.
Because you know what I like? I really like that. I like it, and you know why? Because it looks like like vintage. We're not even gonna mess around. We're gonna make these bubble cars with remember they used to do that with the Hulk and the Hulk Hot Wheels and the Spider-Man Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels is bringing it, man. That's why I'm buying them now.
I get it. Guess what? I'm gonna start buying Hot Wheels.
Damn you.
I'm not gonna.
Don't worry, I don't get the
totally
same.
gonna start buying Hot Wheels.
Well, anyway,
Out of spite for you.
what
too.
about there's this, which is floating around in space.
Oh,
Is that
that's
me?
me. My bad. I'm sorry. Go
What are
ahead.
you
Just a little
doing?
tight. That's my. I'm far. That's my fault.
I would really wish it had the spaceman in it.
The Tesla Roadster they put in the orbit.
That's cool. I want that. That's cool.
And then that's why I bought it. I was like, this is kind of neat.
Does it have
You
the
know.
spaceman in it?
No.
It doesn't have the
Damn it.
spaceman.
See,
in it.
now this is Elon Musk at his best. He's now going to have a variant of the.
With
God.
the spaceman in it.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Eventually, the spaceman will deteriorate first.
We
And then
always
the
do.
car, yeah.
Yeah. Then-
Eventually,
This is
like,
great. That's great marketing right there. That's really cool marketing.
And then one more Hot Wheels, kind of in the theme of Ant-Man and stuff being small. I bought like the world's smallest Hot Wheels.
This is like a toy for ants. It needs to be at least 3 times bigger.
And they're doing, it's not just Hot Wheel cars. I seen they did a Stretch Armstrong that's really tiny.
They did G.I. Joe too.
Little tiny G.I. Joe.
That's cool. I like that.
Collect
retro
them
stuff.
all.
Exact. They have a little garage that comes with these, the world's tiniest Hot Wheels garage.
I like it. I think they're really kind of doing a good.
Yeah.
Like this is just really cool to me. And
It's a great time to be a collector.
that's
So
something that
much
you
cool
could like
stuff.
have fun with your kid.
For sure.
And-
That's some of these cars are they're out of this world.
Yeah.
That one is.
I brought something besides
Yeah.
the other stuff in front of me.
Now, where'd you get this?
I'm only bringing you set.
Deadpool.
Yep. Flip it up.
Oh,
Go
from
look
the
in. Yeah,
IMAX.
look on the inside of the glass there, B. There you go.
There we go.
That is the last time and the final time that I went to the IMAX theater in Apple Valley at the Minnesota Zoo because they're closing it as of next month.
Did they not get enough revenue, or
They're
was
not
it?
making any money.
Andy?
That's what I heard. It was just it was full on the weekends and that was it.
Well, it's like $15 a ticket. Like, who's taking their family to go see a $15 movie? We can see it for like $9 each.
Well, yeah, and
sad.
there's too many good enough options for most people close
Yeah.
by.
All these other theaters ended up getting IMAX and 3D, and I think it really took a little bit out of their.
Well, not all IMAX is the same though.
No, for sure.
You're right.
For sure.
He's absolutely right. And that's why they shut it down because it was not 70 millimeter is standard. It's a unique double. 35 is what everybody shoots. These guys shoot in 70 millimeter and they use these great big huge cameras that weigh a ton, and not all movies are shot I think it was Avengers was the first one that was shot entirely in IMAX for the first time. But there's IMAX theaters, like over 80 of them, excuse me, worldwide, that only film and let you see in 35 millimeter, and they call it IMAX digital. And they've been getting away with this. Take the one over here at the planetarium. That is a true IMAX theater. So I think what they're trying to do is kind of weed out the old ones, because you're right, they're not all the same. But I think you're right too, is they're not in any competition, direct competition, so far out in Shakopee or whatever. They're probably further than that, and where you can go to any other movie theater for half the price and it's the same exact thing. So I'm kind of, at first I was kind of bummed out, but then I started doing a little research on it, and it was like, well, they've been kind of taking people on this for a while, and it's about time that. And you know what the sad thing is that they probably would still be taking people on if they were closer to the city and making the money. So it was just the revenue wasn't there because it was so far out. But yeah, I don't know. I think that IMAX is such great. I mean, when you see it in 70 millimeter and you get to see the whole thing, coolest thing ever. I think it should be the standard, especially if you can do something double, do it. But don't take advantage of people. Sorry. Then I got these pops. Done, dude.
Right?
I was so mad because I went and saw Avengers. I went and saw Avengers in the in the IMAX at the zoo. Now, had I known that it was only 14, it was 2K. I mean, it's not that, and it's not that big of a screen. So the formatting, I wasn't seeing the whole thing. I was seeing something that I could have gone and seen maybe even a little bit better at one of the newer theaters. So, and I would have liked to have seen, I don't know, maybe it was at the Planetarium, but that's kind of would be cool, is to see a movie like that in its entirety that was shot in IMAX properly, but I was misinformed. And I get a little upset when that happens, and the soapbox is broken underneath my feet.
In through your nose, out through your mouth.
And then I got my Prince Pops in the mail, and all was better.
Look at that.
Purple Rain.
I actually didn't get them all in the mail. I had a couple of them were given to me as gifts, and I think
you have doubles of some of these.
I have
too,
some,
don't you?
yes.
Yeah, of course you do.
Yeah,
And speaking of a army, Andy, I am going to be making myself a Prince Pop army.
Prince Pop
You
army.
better.
look at that.
You know,
Actually,
You should.
Around the world in a day.
not that one, but the purple one.
Yeah.
Is the most recent one that I got.
is it?
That one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's supposed to be a
Purple
variant, but I don't think that there ever was a variant on these.
There's supposed to be. We
I
pre-ordered
them.
it. But
I have looked. There's no variant available. It was supposed to be a glitter
It was
Purple
FYE.
Rain.
Yeah.
FYE was it? Yep.
Exclusive.
Yeah,
and,
I don't think it ever happened.
I
I think
don't-
that they barely got the licensing for these. I think there's going to be a limited run of them. I also think that they pulled back when they realized how much of a demand that there was for these.
damn, that thing was going to be worth some money, and I had four of them on order. One for you, one for you, two for me.
You know what?
Yeah.
I was torn by buying these pops because
I don't even collect pops, but it was Prince.
I know for a fact that Prince would have hated these.
Well, of course you would.
But that's half the reason why I really enjoy having them, is because a side of me is kind of snickering. And look at these, are so cute. Look at actual size. I digress. No, he would laugh at me for saying that. But yeah, I think those are really, really cool. So in going with these, how much time do we have? Where are we at?
We're up to 18 and a half.
We're good.
Wait, also, if
called
there's
it.
any pop people that might know something about the glitter pop,
Please let us know.
I heard people talking about it in another group, but I think
Let us know
We should
about
hunt.
the Prince
Yeah.
glitter
It is
pop.
our duty to hunt
FYE.
and,
I mean,
find out.
maybe they never got some pre-order people never. got
Absolutely. So going on the Prince thing, Brandon, I don't know how much room you have.
theirs. I just have to take off the headphones.
I grabbed something from my own private collection that I got up at Paisley that I haven't ever seen this.
You got too much glare.
Yeah. I've never seen this anywhere. That's pretty good, man. You can just find a sweet spot around there.
There you
And
go.
this is an actual 1989 Prince poster, and you can barely see it up the side. It says Batman, and it's from the Batman. It's promo from the Batman movie with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson, and because he did the entire soundtrack for that. Yeah, Bat Dance and Party Man, and it was there was some pretty good music on there.
Yeah, that music was
Isn't
awesome.
that with the one song Jack Nicholson? Pickles in his.
Yeah.
And he's got little samples and stuff in there.
Yeah.
But I have never seen this anywhere. And the interesting thing about this poster is that this is in 1989. Prince had Paisley Park, his own record label and studio. He was not allowed to do this album on Paisley Park. He had to sign a waiver and do it on Warner Brothers, exclusively on Warner Brothers, with no Paisley Park affiliation, because they own the rights to Batman. So they had to do this just through Warner Brothers. They were not going to have that either way. So,
And also, to preface it, Chad used to work with Prince, in case people didn't catch on to that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I just in with this, I was going to say this, and this is why I wanted to put these pops together with that, is because I really think that these pops are lazy. I think that that if you really think about the three generations of Prince music that they captured here, one is the obvious is Purple Rain. And they went right into number 80, which was Around the World in a Day, which was the following album to Purple Rain. It was one of his weakest albums. Actually, the only song that was on there that was a hit was Raspberry Beret, which was a very big hit for him. But people don't know him for that era. And then you have this Third Eye Girl in the middle, number 81, that I only got it because I wanted to complete the set. Third Eye Girl was cool. It was interesting, but why do we not have like a Dirty Mind? Why don't we have a 1999?
Maybe they were gonna.
Why don't we have one from Batman? I mean, that was
Prince
cool.
Batman pop.
I can
That
think
would be
of.
good. I would get that one.
I can think
sure.
of, and you could really get kind of, and they've
More
put,
creative
look,
with
they've pushed the issue, they've pushed the envelope pop has, and there's no reason why they can't do a Prince one from 1994 when he had assless pants. You know what I mean? They can do it. There's so each era. Think of this: Love Sexy cover was him naked. They could do a Love Sexy one and just kind of make an androgynous like a.
Why aren't they doing like a
or something?
Jeff
But there's
Gold
something. This is
one
lazy.
like that.
Yeah.
Kind of where he's.
Why not one from like when he was doing "I Want to Be Your Lover" with the fluffy hair, feathery hair?
I need the feather.
They have so
hair,
much-
You know what I mean?
But it always depends on how many they agreed to let them make. But
Yeah.
Well, this to me, as a collector and knowing his music backwards and forwards, and I can recite every album from the beginning until the end, this is lazy to me. This is something that they went, well, obviously Purple Rain, and then they looked at the next album that was around the world. Why? Oh my God! Why wouldn't they do one from Kiss with Under the Cherry Moon? That'd have been dope. See, this is why wouldn't they do Sign of the Times? There's just Sign of the Times was like his cool hippie era. That was really cool when you had braids. This is easy. They whipped those out.
Well, of course.
Shame
Clearly,
on you,
Chad, the
Funko Pop.
problem is that they were not paying you to advise them.
Clear that, and clearly I have been steaming up. We haven't done this in a while, so I'm kind of raging tonight, aren't I?
We got
I have to
some hot
back
takes
off
from
a little
Chad
You
bit.
got
over
some
here.
pent-up
No.
energy.
I do.
At
We
least-
haven't done this since Thanksgiving. It's been
At least on the Third-Eyed Girl, they gave him a different guitar.
yeah, they gave him his
So I
Telecaster.
mean, it's just not like the same body mold on all of them and just different heads. At least with that, they made a different mold.
All that is I'm going to be honest with you. That's just Jimi Hendrix, the Jimi Hendrix pop. They didn't really do much. They just
Well, I don't know. I'd have to see the Jimi Hendrix pop.
Yeah, you'll see it. It's
It
kind of.
probably is like that.
But I mean, still, I'm gonna buy more of them, and I'm bashing them. I'm that kind of a Funko Pop person, but I really like to see more of them. I would really like to see more of that collection. So, Andy, I want to thank you, man, for coming in and helping us out and really
Definitely.
showing
Thanks,
us.
Andy.
You're showing us some really interesting ways of where we can go with this studio and the way that we've designed it, and we really appreciate you coming out in such like cold
Right.
weather.
Really.
Well, I'm glad I could be here.
And hopefully you can do more of these with us because we've grown to
Definitely.
love you.
Yep.
Well, I've known you for years, girl.
One
So
of us. One of us.
Hey, I mean, I'm kind of a toy noob, but I am the audio nerd, so.
this is
All
where
right.
he's gonna start buying. He's gonna see something and go.
He brought the
Yeah,
Fortnite
damn it.
knowledge.
He did know the Fortnite, but he's got kids, so I'm sure
But he
he's.
knew more about Fortnite than we did.
Did you know that from your children?
No. No,
What?
absolutely not.
Oh, okay. Okay. Your wife?
He's got kids.
He's
All right.
kids,
It's
Bogdan.
called
He's
the
got
internet,
kids,
old
Bogdan.
man.
Kids.
All right, Brandon, sign us out of here.
All right, Posse. Peace out, and don't forget we got a swap coming in February. More
February
details coming
24th.
soon.
Later.
Peace.
Peace.